Right, here's our model. Now we can take this model and let's go select our tool, and we'll go drag and drop on our element. Okay, let's take a second till it's well reading. And here we have it, our model. Let's go to scale. We'll put a little bit closer, like around right there, I think. Here, maybe like, okay, I'm just looking on eye position and scale. Do we need it? Maybe a little bit more on a scale. And I'm looking also thumbnail preview, because if you have a too small model, you can see it's maybe start losing. So we don't want too big, but we also don't want too small. So just find about right size. I think like around here will work better. So we'll just cut a little bit her shoulder and just a little bit smaller, so the robot look bigger, almost going around her. So I think this way will work nice. Okay, again, we can change positions, same like our robot. Remember, we can change, we can also scale up, maybe even bigger. We're losing some of our backgrounds, which is okay. And you know what, maybe even kind of going over here, so almost seeing like above her. Okay, let's adjust it position, and sometimes you can kind of have it on time. Okay, you know what, let's do one thing. We have a robot. I want to duplicate this robot. Okay, now we go to edit, transform, flip horizontally, and now we can take this robot, make smaller, and we'll just put it a little bit on the back right here, because we lost our robot on the background. But I think this one, if we're putting kind of on the background slightly, kind of hiding almost on the back of her, so we have a little bit more action, I think, going on with this. Okay, next let's add some details to this. So you remember we have it kind of like explosion area. So I want to add some of those elements, and you can create, I like to use it different segments, and how I say, I do like Ron's libraries, and he have a very nice debris and fire. You can actually purchase them on DAZ again if you want it, or you can search online for the free elements explosions, and those segments will help us to speed up some of this creation. So let me do a couple things. Okay, just close some where we don't need it, and we're going to take a couple files open. How I say before, we're going to use the Rons, and right here you can see this is explosions, and I'm just going disable, and we'll just look through all of his explosions, and you can see it's got quite a bit nice collection. They're not necessarily all fire will work for us, so I want to look more kind of like these elements, and sometimes fire, maybe explosion I need it. Again, let's go look closer, and I don't see any in a fire, so we don't want to use it fire in this case. Don't want save. Let's go look on the bursts. So we have bursts ones. Okay, we'll have, yeah, that one will work a little bit better. So what's happening when I have one, I just select one of them, same drag, and we'll just drop here. So we'll drop between model and robots. We can scale, okay, so it's a bigger one, color, kind of like this. Okay, and we want to switch this to the screen mode. So you can see it's now have it a little bit better, kind of like most explosions going right there. Okay, let's go back and we'll go just select another ones. So right here it's one other brush. I like it. We'll add here elements. Let's scale just a little bit bigger, and the same will go switch to the screen mode. So it's kind of add almost like sparks, explosions, elements happen. Okay, we can go again, look on different elements, and we can have it more explosion. I think this will work a little bit better also. Let's go put it on the back, scale up, maybe a little bit right. I think this one may work good, so we can put it on the back slightly. We will put it a little bit around her hair to blend it. I'll show in a second how we can do that. Just overall glowing effect will go to do that to her. But for now, let's just select more of those bursts. Okay, we have it blue. I don't like them. Black. Well, this one is work very nice. So let's go take smoke. Again, scale up and switch these to our screen mode. Just add a little bit on the back. Okay, let's go back, select other ones. What do we have here? Yeah, I like those sparks. They kind of work very good. So we'll take all of these, probably these two at least. So let's select two of them. Put it down. Okay, let's select one. Again, switch to the screen mode. It's like almost somebody shooting. Something happened, so we'll get this one. Scale up. Go to screen mode. You can see we start adding these details, so kind of action start happening on the back. We probably want to add more sparks to this. And let me check what we have. We have some additional fires. We don't care about those ones. This one is nice explosion, so we can take this one. Just a little bit behind her hair. Just add a little bit right there. Okay, let's see. We probably want to look more on the sparks. So with this one, let me close it. We don't need to save it that. And we're just going to select our sparks and open our sparks. And you can see we have tons of different sparks here. Mostly, some of them may work, may not work. Like this one probably will work. We'll go add sparks. Remember, we switch always to the screen mode on these ones. So we'll just add a couple more sparks maybe. But I think the actual charges will work better on this one. Yeah, this is just a big spark, so they won't work. Okay, let's go look on charges. So charges maybe actually that's what we used for. So let's go ahead. Yeah, that one is good. So we'll take this charge. Just slightly increase in size right here, and let's switch to the screen. Let me rotate so we'll have a little bit more sparks coming out. Okay, we'll need to add a little bit fog around here, darken all this area. So we'll do right now, we'll just try to creating background. And you can see it's like you have a lot of elements you have a choice from. Okay, let's go select a little bit bigger here. Screen again. Okay, so I think this is good for now. We can take all of these elements, group them together. Changes some. Next, I want to create this glow around her. To do this, we actually need to go to model. Let's go down, click Control, and select. So now we're selecting all of this mask on her. Next, what we want to do, it is applying glowing inside of her. So we'll go create a new layer. Let's take a brush, and we want to select some of this brighter element. So almost here, let's go to a little bit yellowish, just a little bit reddish. So we have it maybe a bit more like this. Okay, so what we're going to do now, it is edit, fill. So we'll go fill with our color, foreground 100% normal. So you can see we have all set. Next, we actually want to shrink in. So for this one, we want to go select, modify, contract, and let's contract by example 10 pixels. Okay, so if we contract by 10 pixels and click delete, you'll notice we have this nice edge. Okay, 10 pixels may be too small for this size, so let's do undo, and instead 10 pixels we can select, modify, contract, and let's go by 25 pixels. So this way we have a nice edge going around her. Next, we want this edge to blur edges. So if we're going to File, Blur, blur, and now we can see how it starts glowing. Again, we don't necessarily want to glow around, we want to glow inside. So we'll go select OK, switch this to the soft light, and we want to hold down Alt key and click and clip it. So now you can see what's happening. It starts glowing inside of her right here. Some of the hair. Of course, some we don't want to glow like around her area. So for this, let's go create a new mask. We'll take it our tool. Let's go soft light. And we want to switch to the black color. Let's go to 100% opacity. And I'm just going and add this mask on the edges where I don't want it. Or maybe even 30% right on the top. Because I don't want to glow in here. But I think it's glowing very nicely around edges. So let's go look. Before and after. So you can see how we applied mostly right here, nice areas with explosions. It's add good elements to this. Okay, let's tone down everything. For this, I'm creating new layer. We'll fill up with, actually, let's fill up this with 50% gray color. We'll go switch to the soft light. Switch our tools to black and white. Okay, we 10% opacity. And then now I can actually go and just overall make it darker a little bit. Problem is we'll make this darker. It is dodge and burn tool. It's not necessarily will work very good with her coat because it's white. It won't go that much. Okay, let's go white, add a little bit more around here. So what are we going to do? It's the beside this we need to create another layer, but this time we need to go switch to multiply mode. Multiply mode will also pass our coloring, so we want to select a little bit brownish from the top color. Okay, somewhere around there maybe. And now we can start painting, and you can see with multiply it does apply darker. So we can actually take and create black kind of colors and darken all the way, so we can have it more on a white. Okay, let's go ahead, add a little bit more darker right here. Again, we can change this element mode if we need it a little bit darker. Actually, I'll switch my brush. Whiten a little bit more on the sleeve, so we still have a little bit dimensions. But right there you can see we have it add a little bit more hiding in. Okay, now let's go ahead and add another layer. Okay, and this one will actually, our smoke will go add a little bit more to overlay together and bring this image kind of closer. So for this we'll go right click, we'll go to the Ron's fog. Actually we have it also smoke elements, and you know what, we'll do this without brushes. So we can actually take another open smoke